Honeycomb is the next generation ad delivery platform for programmatic and linear TV. We're a European based company in London, out of London. We were founded 3 years ago and went live with our distribution product in August 2016.
And what is the genesis roughly 15, 16 years ago from AdStream?
Oh, interesting question. We were the founders of AdStream actually, and then 3 years ago we decided that it's time to do the next generation of modern ad delivery for broadcasters, having in mind that there is a programmatic TV future, and for that you need to have a next generation of digital ad delivery coming along.
And you're going to be launching in the US, is it next year?
We are considering the launch next year in the US, correctly. As you can imagine now, having been connected in Europe and other parts of the world to more than 28 countries, delivering ads into these markets, it's a massive job, and US is a very large market. So we're not really sure when exactly we're going to launch, but we're preparing for the launch in the US next year, correct.
So what are some of the things that will be different about this market than overseas? Either in terms of technology or the players?
Well, obviously, you have a single market with 350 million consumers, potential consumers, so it's a huge market. You have more than 6,000 TV channels and stations around, so it's a large market with a very complex infrastructure. There is, in regards to Honeycomb and the business we're doing, obviously the intent in America that programmatic TV is coming along very fast, whereas in Europe you have a very fragmented market with lots of different different regulations. So in France you have a different regulation for programmatic TV than in the UK, than in Germany, than in Spain. So therefore, I believe programmatic TV in the US will be an easier introduction of that technology that goes along than in Europe.
What are some of the things you think you could contribute in this market that either aren't being done or aren't being done well enough?
Based on our experience from Europe and other markets, especially working with broadcasters in the UK, Sky is one of them, where we have introduced a linear broadcast syndication solution that allows one broadcaster to distribute linear content, meaning advertising content, to all their syndicates, and a very fast and operationally speaking, streamlined process. There's another piece which is really interesting, is in regards to how broadcasters actually manage their programmatic inventory, which is not programmatic when it comes to the operation. It's very manual actually today. You might be surprised how manual programmatic operation workflow looks like. We've developed a solution which is really on the forefront on automating that process, which allows a broadcaster to manage the entire ops for programmatic and linear ad operations in an automated or semi-automated manner, because some broadcasters or OTT platforms still need to actually view an ad before it goes online. And these solutions, I believe they are pretty unique. There are very few players in the world who actually look into these so-called boring operational issues, but they are a big, cumbersome part of the work inside a broadcaster.
So would you say that some of the countries in Europe where you are operational are more advanced than this country?
I would say some are really advanced, like in UK. I mentioned Sky, who are definitely at the forefront in many areas. But I believe in the US you have Dish TV. They are doing some really advanced stuff in regards to programmatic TV with their own platform, from IP on Web, as I understand. There are other activities with Turner and CNN. or with Fox. I think it really depends on the broadcaster. Each broadcaster has its own silos in which they act. But overall, there are different technologies. As I mentioned, HbbTV2 in Germany especially is something that I haven't seen in the US, which would be interesting to identify those trends coming to the US as well.
What is special about that you just mentioned in Germany?
It's an overlay technology where you have smart TVs, and on the smart TV set, you suddenly have like a skyscraper banner popping up and moving the content to the right. So the main screen is moving to the right, and then you have this pop-up there, and in the ad break, the pop-up disappears and is being replaced with a full screen advertising space. So I haven't seen that in the US, I haven't seen it in Europe, in UK especially, because the law doesn't allow to do so. So Germany is a little bit more liberal in that regard, and Germany allows that kind of ad breaks. So I think the legal environments definitely have a major impact on these kind of innovations.